Alright, and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel episode 73, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't played in quite some time, and ever since I've kind of took a break, there have been new solo modes. So, yeah, this one was for the Six Samurai archetype. So there's actually quite some solo modes left, which we have to play. And most recently are the Nephthys. Apparently, this archetype. I notice there's this monster, like the Sacred Phoenix monster, which works well with the Fire King archetype, like the Viking Avatar, Garuda, and things like that. So I'm not sure what that archetype is like, but I'm really curious to find out. But for now, we are actually still working on Duel Strategy 2, and even prior to that, I actually wanted to do one thing. Hey, we unlocked the secret bag, that's cool. Because I have not bought the Infinite Impermanence yet, and yeah, we obviously, since we are a teamed Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist, we do not have a Infinite Impermanence or anything, so yeah, this is a great pack for us to buy, just because it's a random staple for ranked duels, not for Team Yu-Gi-Oh! At all, but it will also give us master packs, so let's get it, and let's see what we can get from this set. I actually haven't opened packs in quite some time, so let's actually open it the fun way, I guess, or the extra way, I guess. Ooh, let's see what is in this. Alright, that's Harpy's Pet Phantasmal Dragon. Wow, interesting. Mischief of the Time Goddess. This is a Valkyrie monster. Valkyrie archetype card. I didn't know. Awesome. Next. And the Harpy's Pet Dragon, obviously a Harpy's card. I've never thought of making a Harpy's deck, but who knows, maybe one day. Kemai Critters. And that's, ooh, Doom King Baller Drog. That's actually a really cool card, because I've at least made like the layout of, or like the deck consisting of cards which I do not have yet, of the Zombie World deck, basically. It's not an archetype, but it's like a lot of cards focus on the Zombie World field spell, so. Alright, that's pack 4 already. So that was pack 3, this is pack 4. Let's see, another secret rare. Gravekeepers, awesome. That's also a really fun deck in my opinion. I'm really happy with the Doom King Baller Drop, honestly. We had 0 of that before, so. Let's see, we get a... What? I do not know this card. You contribute this card by attributing 1 effect monster. That's really random. During your opponent's main phase, if a card's added from the main deck to their hand, except by drawing it, and this card's in your hand, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon this card. If this card's normal or special summon from the hand, you can make your opponent banish the top card of their deck face down, equal to the number of cards in their hand. Then they shuffle their entire hand into the deck, and if they do, they add the cards banished by this effect to their hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. I've read such an effect. I think it was in one of the solo modes. And I couldn't think of like where an effect like the ladder effect, the second effect, could actually be helpful, because you would want to have a card or some kind of lockdown card on the field where your opponent can't add cards from their banished zone to their hand or something like that, right? Then it would be incredibly strong in combination with that. But without such a card or without such an effect, this just doesn't make that much sense to me. It's much like they're discarding their hand and drawing a new hand. I don't think that would impact the game that much, but who knows? Maybe I'm missing something. So anyway, it's a UR card, so that's good, and that's an Ancient Warrior card. Awesome. 7th pack. Let's see what we can get. That's 1 SR. King of D. That's funny. It actually reminded me of Lord of D. I think that's the name. No, it's not Lord. It's the other one. What's the new one? Oh, I feel so bad. I forgot its name. I actually play with the card in real life as well, so I'm really not sure how I forgot that card. But it's basically the card, the best Blue Eyes card. The Magician's Soul of Blue Eyes. Hey, Harpy. Another Harpy card. Cool. It's something of D as well, so... Prince? I don't know, something like that. It's also not in the Draclubian. It's also not in this in Master Duel, because it's of the newer release of the Dark Magician and Blue Eyes card set. Ooh, a UR card as well. Let's see what we can get. Ooh, another one. Okay, we got Escalator, and this is Frightfur, and this is Abyss Dweller. Okay. Abyss Dweller is definitely a random card. No. Let's see here how many we have of these cards. Oh, new card pack, and of course we will get our, Infinite Impermanence. Did we have? Nope. This is our first Abyss Dweller, and obviously it's a good card because this just has 2 level 4 monsters, so incredibly generic, and it has a really good effect. You can detach 1 material from this card. Your opponent cannot activate any card effect in their graveyard this turn, and it's a quick effect, so that's incredibly good. Alright, awesome. I'm like the the best card that I feel like we have gotten here is actually the Doom King Baller Draw, because I actually was planning to build a zombie deck anyway. Frightfur Kraken. I've never played with this archetype. Frightfur, Fluffle, Edge Imp. I don't know. Maybe it's really good. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard. That's decent. This card cannot attack directly. The turn this effect is activated. 2200. Okay. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Once per turn, at the end of the battle phase. If this card battled, you can change this card to defense position. Not a bad card, I have to say. Okay. So yeah, that's now we have all the cards purchased. Awesome. And with that done, wait, why is the exclamation mark not done? Because we have new things here. The Desolate Temple. Okay, awesome. Looks good though, I have to say. But yeah, I don't feel like it's worth the gems in general. And an icon, True King of all calamities. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully. Yep. Alright, awesome. So we have some new solo modes, like I said, new gate options available. Yep. And they are over here. So yeah, we have 3 things waiting for us after we finish the Duel Strategy 2. So let's go. I remember last time we actually did this duel with the Gagaga monsters. Gagaga Magician, Gagaga Girl. So it was like similar to Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. And it was actually deceivingly difficult in my opinion, or at least maybe it was for me because I'm not really used to playing with the deck. It was completely the first time for me. I've never seen it before. But regardless, I felt like it was a little bit more than a difficulty level 2. But I also mentioned that I feel like the difficulty levels it's difficult to give to these kind of duels. We've played a lot already. So I actually know like most of the duels before they added the stars, like how the difficulty was and how it was determined, because I feel like it's mainly determined by which hand you draw, because even with the more difficult ones, they mix archetypes and they're not always, not always working too well together. So if you draw a bad hand, and you're not gonna win. But if you draw like most of the cards of one single archetype, then yeah, it's likely gonna work. Alright, so without further ado, and already 8 minutes into the video, apologies. Let's start this next practice duel. And alright, let's see. The most important factors during battle are the attack and defense of the monster involved. Each monster has its base attack and defense listed on its card, but there are various effects in the game that can raise or lower them. Let's take a look at a few examples of cards that can change the attacks and defense, monster's attack and defense. Okay, awesome. That's indeed true. So I guess, yeah, so they're definitely showing us like different parts of the different phases, and in this case it's still about the battle phase and different parts of the battle phase. Alright, let's see. Effects that change attack and defense. There are many cards with effects that can manipulate the monster's attack and defense, attack and or defense. Yeah, true. Some cards may raise or lower attack and defense by a set amount, while others may have it double it or make it 0. They can be very useful to have in your arsenal. Yeah, true. But usually in like in the modern meta, it's not used that often, because you just kill your opponent's cards with card effects during main phase 1, and then you just go into the battle whenever your opponent doesn't have monsters anymore. So, but regardless, we're definitely gonna see how this, what they're gonna teach us. The outcome of a battle between monsters is decided by their attack and defense. Yep, that's true. Let's try using a card that can change a monster's attack and defense. First, normal summon TG Warwolf. Okay, the TG archetype. Okay, let's first see what monsters we have in the hand actually. If this card you control is used as as synchro material for a TG monster. Okay, synchro. Okay, yeah, of course, it has like all synchro monsters. TG Hyper Librarian is, for example, one broken card nowadays. You can treat it as a non-tuner. Okay. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material for a TG monster, you can special summon one TG token in attack position. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay. When a level 4 or lower monster is special summoned, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Ah, okay. That's like on either field, level 4 or lower monster special summoned. Once per turn, during the end phase, if this card's in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field and was sent there this turn, you can add one TG monster from your deck to your hand. Pretty good cards, I have to say. Shrink. Oh, that's a really old school card. Target one face-up monster on the field. Its original attack becomes halved until the end of this turn. And then we have TGX. What is this? Like TGX1 dash. I think it's a dash. Okay, I hope that's the word. HL. Target one TG monster you control. Its attack and defense each become half its current attack and defense, and if they do, destroy one other spell and trap card on the field. Okay. It's like it seems like it's a worse mystical space typhoon. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, it's also a quick play spell. So target 3 TG monsters in your graveyard. Shuffle all 3 into the deck. Then draw 2 cards. Okay, that's pretty decent. Let's just start and see what's gonna happen. Now set Shrink in preparation for an attack from your opponent's monster. We will. We definitely will. So set. End your turn. Okay, so we're just gonna let our opponent attack into us. I feel like we could have. No, we couldn't done anything with this yet. Okay. Oh, wow, he's attacking with such a low monster. Activate Shrink. Activate Shrink to reduce your opponent's monster's attack. Why? Wait, hold up. Why in the first place is he attacking with 600 attack? We don't have to use Shrink here. I don't see what the... Okay. It would have been more logical if they gave us an opponent's monster which will attack with 1200. Oh, if this. Oh, my bad. I didn't read its effect. Of course, always read effects. The effect of Shrink states that it will have the original attack of the target. Ah, yeah. Original attack refers to the attack value that's displayed on the attack with no alteration. The original attack of your target, Dash Warrior. Why is it multiple? Like the original attack, like not multiple, plural. Why is it plural? It was with one card earlier as well. Like I thought it was the Bedouin Boxer in the last video. But yeah, it should definitely be is in the correct English language. The original attack of your target, Dash Warrior, is 600. Therefore, its attack will be reduced by half of that, which is 300. Okay, thank you for the math. However, any attack increases that are the result of other card effects will remain in place. That's why the monster's attack didn't go down by all that much. Along with increasing and decreasing attack and defense, there are also cards that can double or halve them. Yeah, we've seen that. Watch out for the effects that can change attack and defense as you battle your way to victory. Alright, they're leaving us with pretty bad board. Oh, no. Okay, no, that's actually pretty good. Because we'll be able to add a TG monster to the hand during the end phase. Okay, they're actually still holding our hand and telling us what to do. Wow, there are a lot of TG monsters. Okay, for now, let's... Wow, there's actually really a lot. Let's for now add this monster to the hand. If this card attacks, it gains 400 attack during the damage step only. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card's in your graveyard because it was destroyed on the field and sent there this turn, you can add 1 TG. Okay, so that's the same effect actually. Okay, yeah, that's actually a pretty good thing by Konami, like how they showed us that. Because they wanted to make clear what the difference is between original attack and doubling the original attack and adding attack on top of the current attack of the monster, whatever it may be at that time, right? So that's actually pretty good. The card that we drew was TG Gear Zombie. You can target 1 TG monster you control, special summon this card from your hand. Then the targeted monster loses 1000 attack. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay, if this card attacks, it gains 1200 attack during the damage step only. Okay, yeah, all these face down cards are gonna be battle traps, right? I can only imagine. Alright, here we go. If this card attacks, it gains 400 attack during the damage step only. Once per turn. I'm just not sure. Like, should we attack into it? It doesn't seem that risky. But also we have synchros, which we can very likely go into. 2+ effect monsters, including a TG tuner. If this card is link summoned, you can special summon 3 TG monsters, 1 from your hand, 1 from your deck, and 1 from your graveyard. In defense position to your zones this card points to. Wow. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except TG monsters. You can only use this effect with TG Trident Launcher once per turn. Your opponent cannot target TG Synchro monsters this card points to with card effects. Okay, so we want to do this in the later game, I guess. Once per turn you can target one other TG Synchro monster you control, send it to the graveyard. Then, if all the Synchro monsters that were used for its Synchro summon are in your graveyard, you can special summon all of them. Wait, if all the Synchro monsters that were used for its Synchro summon are in your graveyard, you can... So there should be multiple Synchro monsters used for the Synchro summon of that monster. Wow, okay. That's what I got, right? Used for a Synchro summon are in your graveyard, you can special summon all of them. Really interesting. Okay, let's see. So we have 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner TG monster. If this card is Synchro Summon, target 1 spell trap on the field, destroy that target. If this card on the field is destroyed, draw 1 card. Once per turn during your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect. Immediately after this effect resolve, Synchro Summon using this card to control. Okay, this is actually a pretty cool card. Wonder Magician. Then we have Power Gladiator. It's really cool actually. I really like how they made it a team deck. It really shows again like Konami actually intended the game to be played in a team kind of way. And yeah, the TG Archetype in this case seems really fun to me. Let's actually try to indulge into it a little bit and see what all the cards are like. So this also takes a tuner and 1 plus more non-tuner. Oh, I should also pay attention to the stars, of course. This is a level 2, this is a level 5. This also a level 5. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. If this card on the field is destroyed, draw 1 card. Okay, yeah, so they're actually about drawing cards, because this is actually the broken monster. If a monster is Synchro Summoned, draw 1 card. This card must be face up on the field to activate and to resolve this effect. And you have Star Guardian. Level 5 as well. Once per chain, during your opponent's main phase. Yeah, you can. Quick effect. Immediately after this effect resolves, Synchro Summon uses this card you control. Okay, that's interesting. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If this card special summoned, you can target 1 TG monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. During your main phase, you can special summon 1 TG monster from your hand. Okay, so you can add it, basically special summon from the graveyard. That's what I get from this. But yeah, that sounds good. Then we have a level 10 and a level 12 as well. 1 tuner synchro monster. Plus 1 or more non-tuner synchro monsters. Okay, cool. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell trap card that targets this face-up card, you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, negate the effect. Okay. Once per turn, during your opponent's turn, you can banish 1 TG monster from your graveyard. Banish this face-up card on the field. This is a quick effect. Okay, so that dodges targeting effects, I guess. During the next standby phase, after this card was banished by this effect, special summon this card. Okay, seems decent. Then we have 1 tuner synchro monster again, plus 2 or more non-tuner synchro monsters. Must be synchro summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a monster would be summoned, you can negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. Okay, that's a really good effect, because I was figuring like this is a really harsh requirement to get this monster on the field, but that effect might be worth it already. This card must be face up on the field to activate and to resolve this effect. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 TG monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. Okay, that was a lot of reading, and also I noticed these stats are amazing, so if you can get this monster on the field, that looks really good. But I think one of the first things is actually the Wonder Magician, because you can target 1 spell trap on the field, and in this case that sounds like a good plan. Then we have 1 TG monster you control, become half its current attack and defense. Yeah, that doesn't matter if you're just gonna use it for synchro material anyway. Yeah, and how much attack do you have? 1900. Okay. That sounds good. Yeah. So we're gonna special summon this card from your hand, then the targeted monster. Okay, and if that happens, this card you control is used as material for. You can treat it as a non-tuner. This card sent. Wait, this up? You can special summon it. Okay, this only is special summon basically. That's it. So I'm not sure if you want to use this or this. Oh, this is also a level 1, by the way. This is also a level 1. So we will definitely use the level 4 and one of these level 1s. But this actually has an effect. If this card you controls uses synchro material for a TG monster, you can treat it as a non-tuner. Okay, that's fine. This is already a non-tuner, so that's no problem. This card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material for a TG monster. You can special summon one TG token, level 1. Oh, that's nice. Once per turn. Okay, so first of all, let's special summon you. We target you, you lose 1000 attack. Doesn't really matter, it's synchro material, so... Hold up. I mistook the effect. I mistook this effect. I actually read this effect. You can special summon it. Like, when a level 4 or lower monster is special summoned, you can special summon this card from your hand. I figured that was the effect, but of course it isn't. I don't know why I thought that. But, alright, let's use this. It's still no biggie at all. We can just have the attack and defense of this monster and then destroy one card. Let's destroy you. Let's see what he had, actually. Scramble Egg. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special one... what? Sonic Chip from your hand, deck, or graveyard? I don't even know that card. Level 5, so there's a lot of level 5s. This actually has really high attack for a level 5. If a monster is synchro summoned, draw one card. Yeah, that sounds really good. But I feel like this will be really useful. This card is synchro summoned. Target one spell trap on the field. Destroy that target. If this card on the field is destroyed, draw one card. Yeah, we can synchro summon using this card, but I'm just not sure which we would use for that. And yeah, this will also be really nice. It's really funny, the names. TGX3-DX2. Okay, awesome. Not sure if there's like a hidden meaning behind it, but let's just go into you. Use both these monsters. They will go to the graveyard. Now we have 3 TG monsters in the graveyard. 1900 attack. I hope it's enough. Okay, destroy one spell trap card on the field. Let's... Ooh, which do we destroy? Let's destroy you. I hope we chose good. Select one face-up tuner monster you control. That monster cannot be destroyed with battle or card effects until the end of the next turn. Okay, interesting. Let's go to battle and let's hope that he doesn't have a really good card left. That's nice. He doesn't. Perhaps we destroyed the correct cards. Let's set a card and end this. So yeah, I'm actually at least a little bit familiar now with the extra deck monsters, which we have in this deck. Just not familiar yet with the cards that are in the deck itself. But let's activate this now. Why not? We can activate it during our own turn, but this also works pretty well. Okay, let's shuffle them back. Alright, we drew 2 cards and it's our turn. We will draw another card. Alright, let's try to read what we have. We have, you can special summon this, oh, if you control TG monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, from your hand. You can only special summon once per turn this way. Once per turn during the end phase of this card in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field and sent there this turn. You can add one TG monster from your deck, but it's not often going to be destroyed upfield. But alright. If this card you control is... yeah, we've read this, of course. They're all level 1. That's not too useful. You can target one TG monster you control, special summon this card from your hand. Then the targeted monster loses 1000 attack. Okay. All face-up monsters you control gain 300 attack for each TG monster you control. Not incredibly good, unfortunately. But yeah, let's special summon this, I guess. Let's normal summon you. And we can also special summon you, but I'm just not sure if what it will do. Like, it won't be that good. Let's do it though. Make it lose 1000 attack. Alright. Ooh, we have this, of course. So, okay, wait, let's see what is. If this links summon, you can special summon 3 TG monsters from one from your. We don't have that. You have to have one in each of these places, otherwise you can't use its effect. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. This is once per turn can target one other TG synchro monster you control, send it to the graveyard. Then, if all synchro monsters were used, then if all the synchro monsters that were used for its synchro summon are in your graveyard, you can special summon all of them. Okay, yeah, so it's just like a desynchro card. I don't think that's that good though. Let's just activate this. They'll get a bunch of attack. 1200. Oh, and this will lose the 1000 still. I was wondering whether that would still go in effect or something, but apparently it does. So, battle. Attack. And attack. And attack. Wow, I did not calculate this, but this might just be it. Okay, amazing. I didn't calculate it. Otherwise, I would have been quicker with my plays. But alright, perfect. That was a fun duel, I guess. Alright, and we get a card, which is the Rock Spirit. Cannot be normal summoned set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing one Earth monster from your graveyard. Gains 300 attack during your opponent's battle phase only. Yeah, that's not a good card, unfortunately, but it's an old card. I guess many people will know it. Let's immediately get into the next duel, which is... Let's see what it's about, actually. Some monsters can be special summoned when certain conditions are met. These are generally written in their card text, or can be fulfilled by using other cards. Some cards cannot be special summoned with a card like Monster Reborn until they have first been special summoned by fulfilling their requirement. Yeah, so properly summoned. That's what it's called. Okay, you have we get a Pendulum monster as a reward. So let's go to immediately into the duel. Normally, by the way, I would love to actually have a look at the deck and see what we have in our deck, but since these are practice duels, it's usually not necessary. Alright, let's see. Special summoning monsters. There are many monsters with effects that allow them to be special summoned once their conditions have been met. Called the special summon monsters. Yeah, so indeed, it's a special kind of monsters. Special summon monsters, yeah. There are special summon monsters besides rituals, fusion, synchro, XYZ, and link monsters. If you want to special summon them from the graveyard, through effects like that of Monster Reborn, they must have been correctly special summoned to the field before they were sent to the graveyard. Yep, correctly. That's very true. I think a very common one is Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon, which has to be summoned with its effect first before you can actually summon it from the graveyard. So, many monsters have effects that allow them to be special summoned once their conditions have been met. Yeah, we've read that. Some monsters can only be special summoned when their conditions have been met, and cannot be summoned in another way. When you want to special summon a monster from the graveyard with a card like Monster Reborn, you need to pay attention. Currently, your hand does not have any monsters that can summon to the field. That you can summon to the field. Okay. Activate card destruction to seek a way out of this predicament. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so ritual monsters are, like, by default, a monster that cannot be normal summon set. So, and all extra deck monsters are the same. Oh, we have 0 cards in our extra deck. So does our opponent. Yeah, so we have some Necrofear monsters which actually work with the Destiny board. We will read them as we special summon them, I guess. And then we have Luna the Dark Spirit. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing one dark monster from your graveyard. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. Okay, our opponent discards his entire hand as well. Ooh, we have Monster Reborn. Now, activate Monster Reborn and special summon a monster from your graveyard. Okay, but we can only special summon certain monsters. Let's actually predict first, which we can and cannot special summon. He has Hell Poemer? What? I do not know this card. Lava Golem, Winged Dragon of Ra Swear Mode, and the other Winged Dragon of Ra card, which is Immortal Phoenix. Ah, okay. And he plays a really interesting deck as well. I'm curious what is going to happen. Okay. So, cannot be normal summon set. Must first be special summoned. So this card, we're not going to be able to special summon this card. Because it hasn't been properly summoned yet. Ritual monsters by default should be ritual summoned first, otherwise they're not properly special summoned, so we cannot special summon Dark Monster. Then we have cannot be normal summoned set, must first be special summoned. Okay, so we cannot activate this, we cannot special summon you either, because it has to be first special summoned by another effect. It hasn't been properly summoned yet. The only card will be here, you. Cannot be normal summoned set, must be special summoned by a card effect. Okay, so that's also another condition, like it must be special summoned by a card effect, but luckily Monster Reborn is a card effect, so that's the only card we can special summon right now. Yep. Let's special summon it in attack, actually. Monster Reborn! Awesome, they have a really good... Oh, I was thinking we had a choice, but obviously we special summoned it in attack. This card even has a animation, that's amazing. Although you have 4 monsters in your graveyard, the only one you can special summon with Monster Reborn is Cursed Necrofear. Yeah. Cursed Necrofear does not only have to be special summoned by its own effect, it can also be special summoned by a card effect, card effects like Monster Reborn. Yeah. The remaining 3 monsters can only be special summoned from the graveyard if they have previously been special summoned by their own effects. Yeah, properly. Special summoning monsters is a very powerful tactic. Make sure you understand the conditions that need to be met before you try special summoning. Always keep in mind the conditions that need to be fulfilled as you battle your way to victory. Alright, that's usually a text, which means that they're letting us go. Okay, so you can target 3 of your banished fiend monsters, special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, shuffle those banished monsters into the deck. During the end phase, if this card's in the graveyard because it was destroyed in your monster zone by an opponent's card and sent there this turn. You special summon this card from your graveyard. Then you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of face-up spell traps you control with different names. Okay. We have Dark Spirit Mastery. Discard 1 card, add 1 Destiny board or 1... Oh, wait, we actually play with Destiny board? How did I not see this? We have Destiny board here. This is amazing. That's such a cool deck. Discard 1 card, add 1 Destiny board or 1 level 8 Fiend monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, except the turn it was sent to the graveyard. Place any number of Destiny board and or Spirit Message card with different names from your hand or graveyard on the bottom of the deck. And any... Wait, what? You can banish this card from your graveyard, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. And then the effect is place any number of Destiny board and or Spirit Message cards with different names from your hand or graveyard on the bottom of the deck in any order. Then draw the same number of cards. You can only use... so it's basically to recover from the grave... Not even recover. You just place them on the bottom of the deck and then draw cards. But yeah, that's for later. That's definitely not gonna happen anytime soon. Okay, so basically the thing that I wanted to know is what is this card's effect? Because we can add Dark Necrophore to the hand with Dark Spirit Mastery. Must first be special summoned, banishing 3 Fiend monsters from your grave. Yeah, I figured. So this is a Fiend monster, this also, and this is also a Fiend monster. So we can actually special summon this card. If this card's in the graveyard because it was destroyed in your monster zone by an opponent's card and sent there this turn, target 1 face of monster your opponent controls, equip it to this card. While this card is equipped to the monster by this effect, take control of that monster. So I think that's actually not a bad effect. When your opponent activates a card effect, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target 1 level 8 Fiend monster in your graveyard, special summon it. But its effects are negated, so we cannot special summon it right now anyway. So we can only use these cards in the graveyard as banished material. But its effects are negated. If a level 8 Fiend monster is sent to your graveyard while this card's in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. You know, okay, that's really cool. So alright, let's activate this. We have to discard a card. I think it's gonna be Dark Spirit of Malice. It has a graveyard effect regardless, so we'll be fine. I feel we'll be able to recover it. So yeah, we will add... Oh, there's also a level 8 Fiend. That's cool. Add 1 Destiny board or 1 level 8 Fiend monster from your deck to your hand. And this is the only card that's actually called Destiny board. The other ones are probably called differently. Yeah, but we determined already. We will get Dark Necrophore. And we will actually special summon it. We will banish you, you, and you. In defense. And we will set our Destiny board. By the way, I should read it. I think many people will know what it is, but let's give it a read anyway. When this card and all 4 Spirit Message cards with different names are placed on the field, you win the duel. Once per turn, during your opponent's end phase, place 1 Spirit Message card from your hand or deck in your spell trap zone face up. Yeah. In the proper order of I, N, A, L. When any Spirit Message card or Destiny board you control leaves the field, send all Spirit Message cards you control and Destiny board you control to the graveyard. So yeah, that's incredibly harsh. So that's why it's not really a good win condition, but it's actually one of the alternative win conditions which we covered in like the Exodia plays. And what else? Was there something else? Well, regardless, we're gonna activate this during the end phase because opponent's end phase, because that's when it's actually gonna activate its effect. Here, once per turn during your opponent's end phase, place 1 Spirit Message. So we definitely will. So that's F and I already. So we have to survive a few more turns. Dun, dun, dun. There is actually a card which allows us to place that card on the field, like 1 Spirit Message. That's the name. Okay, so we have Call of the Haunted, but the problem is if we place it face down, then we have a spell card here, or a spell trap card basically, and it occupies the zone. So I'm just not sure if we're gonna use it because we don't even have a target. We have this target in the graveyard, but I don't feel like that's... Ooh, we actually banished the wrong one from the graveyard, by the way. I just now realized we should have kept Dark Spirit of Malice in the graveyard. Oh boy, my mistake, but I don't think we're gonna do much with it anyway. Let's regardless go to the battle phase and attack his monster. You never know what plays he's gonna make otherwise. Oh boy. Okay, so Duragado, really famous card. During the battle step, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, gain 1000 life points. You can only use this effect once per turn. Tribute this card, then target one face of monster you control. It gains 1000 attack until the end of this turn. Continue to attack? Yes. Let's just attack you, I guess. Right. Alright, or this might be a flip monster. Alright, let's go. Bye bye Duragado. Main phase 2. And yeah, actually end phase. We can also put Dark Necrophore in attack. It's like a pretty cool monster which, if it gets removed from the field in almost any way, it will be fine. Like we will be able to equip it to an opponent's monster, like it has a pretty good effect. So. Doom Caliber? Wow. If a monster effect is activated, tribute this face-up card, negate the activation if you do destroy that monster. So yeah, this is not an optional effect. That's an important thing to know. So let's switch this to attack. Let's summon. Battle. Let's attack with you. Okay, so that's something we have to negate. Like there's no way around it. We cannot do anything else. So we negate it. I feel like he's gonna play really defensive cards as well. So since we've noticed that now, I think I'm not gonna attack again. Like this might very well be another Mystic Tomato. So let's just go to the main phase. And end phase. Dun, dun, dun. Does this have an effect on the field, by the way? It has a... Oh boy. Okay, it's a decent thing that we didn't attack it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Can you special summon from the graveyard at the end of your opponent's battle phase? If this card's in the graveyard because it was destroyed by battle, make your opponent discard one card. Random card. This card must be in the graveyard to activate and resolve this effect. Decent. Pretty decent. So yeah, you activate it because during the end phase of this card's in the graveyard because it was destroyed in your monster zone by an opponent's card sent at destroy, special summon this card. Your graveyard, then you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of face-up spells, traps you control with different names. Okay. Well, this is the moment of truth. Is if he has a mystical space typhoon here, this animation is really cool. But basically, if he has a mystical space typhoon here and destroys one of these cards, it's over. Like all of our cards will be gone. And he does not. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target one monster you control, return that target to the hand, and special summon one level 4 monster from your hand. Okay, wow, we finally draw Dark Sanctuary. It's actually an amazing card to go with the Spirit board, and of course it's in the same theme, so. If a Spirit Message card would be placed on your field with Destiny board, you can special summon it as a normal monster instead, and if you do, it's unaffected by card effects, except Destiny board, and it cannot be targeted for attacks, but does not prevent your opponent from attacking you directly. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, toss a coin, and if the result is heads, negate the attack. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the current attack of that monster. Wait, so if this card is on the field in a monster zone, does it still count here? When this card and all 4 Spirit Message cards with different names are placed on your field, you win the duel. Okay, awesome. So that also works. I actually had no idea. But the only thing we have to do is just survive one turn. It was apparently a good thing to not set Call of the Haunted, because I'm not sure if we could have gotten rid of it by ourselves. So, as long as we survive, okay, well, dear Wicked Will, that was not the best plan you could make, but let's see what this animation looks like, if there is even an animation. Oh boy, I used that effect, I really hope it works. It does, right? Yes, it does. Victory. There is no animation for this. That's a pity. One due to Destiny board's effect. Okay. Awesome, that's actually pretty awesome. Alright, and we got Perform a Paul Bubble Bow Wow. Bow Wow? Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna read these effects. I'm generally not that interested in pendulum cards, but and I haven't played the Performapal deck yet. Like I know a few cards which are like really OP out of that archetype, but that's about it. I guess we will just finish the goal and see what it is. Mate, Book of Moon, 1 earned. Awesome. Okay, an ancient tome with a striking blue cover depicting the moon glowing in the night sky. Awesome. Legends say that whoever opens this tome will gain the power to pull evil spirits into the darkness. Well, if that's flipping a monster face down, then yes, that's true. Receive. Alright, amazing. We actually got that as a yeah, as a mate. That's amazing. I like the mates really. I'm curious what the animation is if you click on the mate. Alright, so that's another episode done, and we will continue with these last 3 practice episodes in the practice duels in the next episode. So I hope to see you there, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Alright, peace out.